Yo, what is going on YouTube? My name is Jin and welcome back guys to a brand new video on channel. Today we are back once again reacting to some more CarX Street. You guys join me here on CarX Street Racing, and for today we're going to be checking out the latest gameplay to drop on CarX Street. This gameplay is of CarX Technology's official YouTube channel, and the reason being why I say official gameplay is because this is probably of the PC variant of the game. Obviously you guys do know that the mobile side of the game is actually open as a beta, so you guys can actually pick up the game if there is space. I do believe every single one of the beta like spaces or whatever you call it are actually not available at the moment, because as soon as it got announced everybody was on it. But with all of that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys haven't yet, be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're about that life, and let's hop straight in to this brand new CarX Street gameplay. Okay, so we kick things off taking a nice look at a Civic. Okay, that's pretty cool. We got some nice backfire. It seems like the map actually has a couple of damn icons. We got a nice little Supra, nice little damn Porsche R32 out here drifting, nice little BMW E36 as well too, 180SX. We got engines, a lot of damn icons that look like a street racing event. And as you guys can see, the 180 is on rails, definitely a drift car if I had to say. And then we pull into a nice little garage. Okay, not too bad. So first looks pretty damn interesting, man. We are actually going to jump throughout this gameplay and just talk a little bit about everything that we see. So kicking things off, obviously it starts off with the CarX sign, and then we get a nice little look at the map. Now this does not have icons at the moment. I do believe we can find some. Okay, so this, give or take, is the actual official map. As you guys can see, we have gas stations scattered across the map. We have kind of like a safe house, giving me almost kind of like a Need for Speed vibe to it. We have a spray booth over here, which is pretty damn interesting, because as you guys know, in Need for Speed you can literally just heat up your garage and then you can customize your car inside of there. But aside from that, we also have a garage and a car, which is leading me to believe that is probably a dealership if I had to guess, where you can actually buy some cars, which is it's pretty cool. It kind of gives me a Underground 2 vibe almost, because you couldn't really do everything in one spot in Underground 2. You had to kind of like jump in between places to do certain things. Moving on from there, we have the body shop right there. So if I unpause the video, you can actually see that it drops us into this nice little area where you can get some nice little body kits. So if we just scroll back just a little bit, so we can actually take a look at some of the body kits that are in the game, and it's pretty damn sick, man. As you guys can see, we have a nice little Civic right here, and everything looks super detailed, man, to say the least. Everything from the actual body kit to the car, the headlights, the reflections. It's pretty cool, man. It gives you a nice little vibe to the actual game. Definitely reminding me of Need for Speed in a sense. For some reason it just gives off that vibe. Damn bro, it's super detailed. It definitely is. We can actually move on from here, actually going back and looking at the actual Civic, the backfire. We have the nice little city around, and it's looking really lit to say the least. I mean, obviously you have your open roads. Game is still in beta, so I do believe there is going to be traffic, but at the moment, as you guys can see, roads are open. It is midnight as well from the looks of it, or at least nighttime, so that could also play a part into the reason why there's barely any traffic. Then we get to this scene right here where we have a nice little damn Supra right there, the Porsche and the R32 now, and of course the E36. Now one thing that I kind of did pick up about that is everything is kind of based at night. So obviously the E36 was drifting in the daytime. We had a couple of cars in the daytime, but most of the street races seem to be at night, which leads me to believe it might have a Need for Speed kind of factor, where obviously in Need for Speed Heat you have this thing where at night the cops get more aggressive obviously, and during the day you can do some legal street racing. instead of illegal street racing at night. CarX might have something like that in store. I doubt it, but it could just possibly be something out there, man, because obviously you guys did see most of the illegal street racing was done at night. Moving on from there, we can actually take a look at this beautiful damn engine swap category, man. Okay, so this is absolutely insane. As you guys can see, we do have all of the engines lined out in front of us, and it seems like you can actually change each and every engine in certain vehicles. So obviously we have our RB26, we have this beautiful damn V6 from R35. Obviously they aren't using the exact names, like the RB26 for instance, probably gonna be called like a PR26 if I had to guess. This is usually a VQ37 or actually VQ38, but in this case it is HQ37, man, which is pretty damn interesting. Over here you guys can actually see we have kind of like what reminds me of height of the vehicle. Maybe this could also just be the stats of the actual engine, what it adds to your vehicle. As you guys can see, we have weight, power, max speed, and acceleration. Cannot really tell you what these are in because obviously that's not English. I do believe that's kilometers an hour, which is pretty interesting. And also as well too, we do have some classes. Now if you guys do know, in Forza Horizon and Forza Motorsport, your cars actually have classes, man. So it goes like A type, B type, etc, etc. In CarX, it seems like the vehicle starts off at a lower damn level. I do believe he is swapping the engine off a 180, I do believe. And then if you throw in, for instance, the V6, which obviously has a lot of power, it bumps you up to R252, which is pretty damn interesting. It looks pretty cool. I feel like the engines are also priced pretty well. As you guys can see, this engine is going for 172 grand. And I mean, I personally think that's good pricing for engines. Now moving on from there, we actually have a sneak peek at the map during the daytime, and looking at this for the first time, it almost looks like there's less icons on the map. I mean, you guys seen how the map looked at nighttime. This also is one of the reasons why I feel like it might differ from night to day. But as you guys can see, we actually have some street races during the day, or at least I'm guessing these are street races. I'm talking about the red icons, for example. The pink icons, or purple as I should say, kind of looks like drag races, maybe sprint races if I had to guess. And then you obviously have these signs right here on the bottom part of the map. That leads me to believe that they might actually be almost like clans or crews in this game. I mean, you guys remember Need for Speed Carbon, we had certain crews that we had to take down to obviously get control of the entire map. And CarX does actually take a lot from Need for Speed, not to say that they are copying them exactly, but they do get their ideas from Need for Speed. And that's kind of why it's leading me to believe that we might actually have crews in the game. Obviously none of this is confirmed, I might as well put this disclaimer right now. This is just my personal opinions on it, man, but as you guys can see, way less icons during the day, and some different looking icons to say the least as well too. Now from there we actually move on to this 180 battling that damn Civic, and then obviously the 180 sliding around right here. Now what that kind of draws me onto is obviously the Civic is front wheel drive. We already know this. It's a new Civic as well too, which is pretty cool. That's a new car coming into the game. And you guys could see the Civic was properly gripping the streets, man. It was not on rails, kind of like Need for Speed. The 180, that's a different story. Obviously I do believe the rear wheel drive cars that are set up for drift are going to react almost exactly the same as they would in CarX drift racing, but this is actually giving us the opportunity to customize the handling of the cars. Now Need for Speed tried to do this, they kind of flopped with it. I mean, they tried to add in a grip setting, and then obviously as we know, all of the cars were much slower on the grip setting. You couldn't really use it, it was actually really terrible. But fingers crossed CarX Street actually does a good job at this, and for the cars that grip, hopefully they actually do grip properly instead of just understeering throughout a corner. I'm talking about the Civic in this case, but also maybe all-wheel drive cars kind of like the Evo. But that's my personal thoughts on it, and I hope that they do master the handling of the game, because obviously that's the reason why people do in fact play the game. Now moving on to the last snippet of this actual game, we can see the 180 rolling up, and then obviously parked next to it is the brand new 2020 Toyota Supra or BMW Z4, however you guys want to look at it. And you kind of roll up to this lot that looks like a safe house, almost like your house, maybe even. I mean, who knows, man? Maybe they took a page out of Forza Horizon 5's book and actually let us purchase our very own houses. But obviously this is a house, not a damn castle like in Forza. But that is gonna conclude the video for today. Not much to talk about. I mean, they did give a crap ton of information in this actual video, and it's awesome, man. The game obviously is not even close to being done. I mean, it is pretty close, but the release date is only in September, so they do have a lot to actually like mess around with. Hopefully the betas on mobile are actually going to give the devs a little bit of insight on what the community thinks, and obviously they can improve the game from there. But I think that is going to do it for today, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below on the CarX Street gameplay. Let me know if you are enjoying what they are adding in. Let me know what you guys think of the map, the cars, etc. But all of that being said, if you guys have a chat, man, be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're about that life, and I'll see you guys back here on Monday with a brand new video on the channel. I'm out. Peace.